Did you know we have completely ad-free early access to all of our episodes? Well, we do. Not only that, but we have dozens of bonus episodes waiting for you. Head on over to patreon.com/ghosttownpod, and you can check it out for 7 days absolutely free. That's patreon.com/ghosttownpod.
If you're a smoker or vapor, ready to make a change, you really only need one good reason. But with Zyn nicotine pouches, you'll discover many good reasons. Zyn is America's #1 nicotine pouch brand. Plus, Zyn offers a robust rewards program. There are lots of options when it comes to nicotine satisfaction, but there's only one Zyn. Check out zyn.com/find to find Zyn at a store near you. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Now, I don't know if you've heard, but Mint's premium wireless is $15 a month. But I'd like to offer one other perk. We have no stores. That means no small talk. Crazy weather we're having. No, it's not. It's just weather. It is an introvert's dream. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, $15 per month equivalent required. New customer offer first 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
All right, remember, the machine knows if you're lying. First statement, Carvana will give you a real offer on your car all online.
False.
True, actually. You can sell your car in minutes.
False? That's gotta be...
True again. Carvana will pick up your car from your door, or you can drop it off at one of their car vending machines.
Sounds too good to be true, so true.
Finally caught on. Nice job. Honesty isn't just their policy, it's their entire model. Sell your car today, too.
Carvana.
Pickup fees may apply.
A Pop Mystery. I'm Jason Horton.
I'm Rebecca Lieb.
And this is Ghost Town.
What you just heard was a track called Summer 2000 from an album called Stardust by the band X-Cetra. While it might sound like a highly instrumental, youthfully sung, and expertly sampled avant-garde experience with sophisticated notes of trip-hop and Eurodance, it was supposed to sound like the Spice Girls. Why? Because X-Cetra was made up of preteen girls who one summer before middle school came together to create an addictive cult album that musical experts are still obsessing with today. Why? Because X-Cetra was made up of preteen girls who one summer before middle school came together to create an addictive cult album that music experts are still obsessing over today. Let me introduce you to Aiden Mayeri, Jessica Hall, Janet Washburn, and Mary Washburn, the tweens behind X-Cetra, and the story of a band of both millennial girlhood and perhaps musical genius. The year 2000 was an important one, technologically, politically, and culturally. We had the presidential election, Y2K, the birth of The Sims, and season 1 of Survivor, not to mention pop powerhouses Destiny's Child, Christina Aguilera, Britney Spears, and the Spice Girls tearing up the charts. Like many middle schoolers at the time, 3 best friends from Santa Rosa took notice: Aiden Mayeri, Jessica Hall, and Janet Washburn. The girls were 11 going on 12 and wanted to combat the angst of entering junior high creatively. To do this, they decided it would be fun to make music, channeling their inner Spice Girls to become proto-pop sensations. Of the time, Aiden Mayeri says, quote, "I feel like I was just taking in pop culture. I just loved everything happening on TRL or pop-up video on VH1. They soon started writing songs together. Jessica remembers a yellow notebook where they would jot down ideas, free of judgment. With their burgeoning catalog, the girls formed a group they called X-Cetra, carefully selected from a list of band names in one of their journals. But, like the Beatles, or perhaps early Destiny's Child, 4 felt like a better number than 3. So Janet Washburn's younger sister, 9-year-old Mary Washburn, signed on. Quote, "I do think kids have really big, deep feelings from a very young age," Aiden says. "I think people think that they don't, which is strange. If everyone remembers being a kid, everything would just rock you the first time you felt something major. I just think we were having a lot of big feelings and experiences. Their songs reflected all of this, with universal hooks, rhymes, and a vigorousness that only comes with experiencing loneliness, community, first love, and summer with young eyes. Quote, there are some songs where a couple of us, or one of us, maybe wrote the majority, but all of them have a little bit of all of us, Mary says. We would test things out, where someone would say something and we would just kind of edit it, get everything down, and then somebody might be like, no, I don't think that works. Let's try this. Now, this could have just been a silly creative project among friends, but really it wasn't. Janet and Mary's mom, Robin O'Brien, was a noteworthy musician and prolific producer herself, part of the underground and highly influential home taping scene since the 80s, a DIY network of cassette samples that dispersed obscure and niche bands across the U.S. The girl's stepdad, Don Campo, was also part of the NorCal musical landscape, a community radio host and archivist O'Brien met through the home taping scene. Both O'Brien and Campo exposed the girls to indie rock, alternative artists, and obscure bands. But all four of the girls had creative passion, a curiosity for what they could do together, and a love for the girl group vibes that characterized millennial pop. We had the honor of asking Robin O'Brien some questions for this episode, and she was so open and helpful about how X-Cetra came to be and evolved, painting a picture of the girls at that time and what they were hoping to create. O'Brien says, quote, at the time the girls were into Fiona Apple and the Spice Girls, of course, Destiny's Child, Jewel, Backstreet Boys, and even songs like Gangster's Paradise and Mambo No. 5. They played CDs, radio, mixtape CDs, and also mixtape cassettes. Britney and Christina were happening, she continued, but they weren't big for the girls yet. They wanted to be the Spice Girls. I would have given them Spice Girls if I knew how, but I can only do what I do. When O'Brien says I would have given them the Spice Girls if I knew how, I believe what she means is that when she signed on to produce a full album of her two daughters and their two friends of music, she wanted to create a sound that they'd love, that would be just for them. But her background was way more expansive than conventional pop, and that sensibility would absolutely shine through. O'Brien set the girls up in her home studio and walked them through the girls' own lyrics, playing with their a cappella vocal takes and melodies. Each girl had a role. According to O'Brien, quote, I always considered Jessie the singer of the bunch. Both her parents are singers, maybe that's where she got it. Her sense of pitch was precise, and she, though I expect not consciously, could play with subtle nuances of tone. She applied herself to the work like it was a business, cut and dry. Mary, 9, was a little powerhouse, full of genuine feeling, willing to wrestle with the challenge. Janet, I had a hard time keeping her close enough to the mic. Her voice had a gorgeous, cool quality that needed sufficient amplification. Aiden, on the other hand, propelled by her passion for singing, would get too close to the mic, and it was tough to hold her back. I think of Aiden as the ringleader. She knew how to assemble the personnel to get the project done. According to a great Rolling Stone piece about X-Cetra written by Brittany Spanos, O'Brien needed some good pop music to reinforce the vocals, Spice Girls style, how the girls wanted it. She turned to Campo, who had recently acquired about a dozen moody, synthy compositions by his friend, an experimental German composer named Achim True. According to O'Brien, quote, True described the tracks as trip-hop, and they were an assemblage of beats and synth and samples. Recording Achim's backgrounds on 2 tracks of my 4-track reel-to-reel. Then, after adapting, in my head, the songs to the background tracks, I taught the adapted versions to the girls and recorded them to the existing tracks. We added harmonies. In classic German synth fashion, True's compositions were dark and a bit eerie, heavier than the Spice Girls to be sure, but balanced with the innocence and passion from the tween voices. O'Brien thought that it worked. By the end of 2000, X-Cetra's debut album was complete. O'Brien burned the album onto a CD and even made a shimmery purple album insert with photocopied images from a band photo shoot they had done in their backyard, and some band member bios. It looked very of the time. You can find a photo of this online. From the front, shimmery purple, to the Xerox aesthetic, down to the girls' baby tank tops and butterfly clips. But by the time the band actually heard the album, They had essentially, according to Rolling Stone, broken up. The girls were experiencing middle school, meeting new people, and were in a new phase of their young lives. And when they first listened to Stardust, that all-too-familiar tween insecurity reared its head. They were not happy. More after this break.
Raleigh ghosts, Cherokee shadows, creepy Wilmington museums and haunted hotels where the walls remember more than their guests.
He felt like he was being choked, saw the doll crawling up on him, and woke up with claw marks, bleeding.
First in Fright, where we uncover what makes North Carolina the spookiest, most haunted place in America to visit. Listen now, wherever you get your podcasts.
If you're a smoker or vapor, ready to make a change, you really only need one good reason. But with Zyn nicotine pouches, you'll discover many good reasons. Zyn is America's #1 nicotine pouch brand. Plus, Zyn offers a robust rewards program. There are lots of options when it comes to nicotine satisfaction. But there's only one Zyn. Check out zyn.com/find to find Zyn at a store near you. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Now, I don't know if you've heard, but Mint's premium wireless is $15 a month. But I'd like to offer one other perk. We have no stores. That means no small talk. Crazy weather we're having. No, it's not. It's just weather. It is an introvert's dream. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, $15 per month equivalent required. New customer offer first 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
In the fall of 2000, X-Cetra had made their first and only album, a strange but compelling mix of tween vocals with a moody synth backbone. But when the girls actually heard it, most of them now being in middle school and distracted by the newness of the next phase of their life, they were not so interested. Said O'Brien, quote, "They liked it at first, then quickly became embarrassed by it. It not sounding like the Spice Girls was my fault entirely. I didn't even know how to try. I'm a musician and a composer, and I can only do what I do." They sounded like kids, they thought, doing something, well, not anything like the Spice Girls, and their album really sounded like outsider art, certainly not anything that fit squarely into any genre, at least any genre that the girls themselves, middle schoolers, were familiar with. The four decided to never talk about X-Cetra or Stardust again, letting it disappear and essentially moving on with their lives. As the years went on, the girls grew up, moved out of Santa Rosa, and did forget about Stardust. Even O'Brien considered it a closed chapter. Quote, "This was a labor of love for the girls. I wanted to please them and highlight their expression. I never considered an audience. I am a composer for decades of my own material, and I regard my work as personal. I write it, record it, and put it in a drawer, which I close. This project was no exception." But the internet, of course, did not forget about Stardust. This was because Don Campo, ever the music archivist, made a cover for the project, put his home taper label, Lonely Whistle, on it, and uploaded it to archive.org. A DJ from WFMU, Viv Burbujita, hopefully I'm saying that right, discovered it there and uploaded it to YouTube where it would stay and slowly gain traction. In 2003, WFMU's blog ran a review of Stardust as part of their 365 Days project, where more than 200 contributors highlighted, quote, "cool and strange and often obscure audio selections, outsider music really, which often gained small followings for their originality and fringe sensibilities. X-Cetra's only album was labeled as, quote, bizarre, but oddly endearing in the WFMU blog." According to Rolling Stone, the write-up led to more fans of outsider music discovering them. Wrote one Blogspot user, quote, "At first I figured it was some Planet Moo artist trying to sound retro or else some Spanish techno with cut-up English language lyrics. Then it sort of tries to be pop but misses the mark." Another commenter called the album, quote, "surprisingly groovesome." Mary, now living in Wilmington, North Carolina, actually played the music for a lot of her friends who were active in the Wilmington music scene. Her friends thought it was really cool, as did the friends of Aiden, now an LA-based actor who had a recurring role on The New Girl. At a certain point, she realized that her album actually had some significance and some reach. She was filming a movie in Italy with the late director Jeff Baena, who became obsessed with the album, calling it genius. She went back to a group chat she had with the girls of X-Cetra to tell them how Baena wanted to direct a music video for them. Quote, "The fact that anyone seriously thought it was cool, we couldn't believe," she admits. The aforementioned X-Cetra group chat was created during COVID, a place to talk about the resurgence of their album. And in 2023, numero group A&R Douglas McGowan reached out after a colleague found X-Cetra on a playlist. McGowan said that the label was interested in reissuing the album in time for its 25th anniversary. Of course, at this point, the group chat was going wild. Titled Summer 2000 after one of the songs on the original, the vinyl release dropped in January 2025. The quote, "crazy fan pack" included in the reissue has a custom Brain Freeze nail polish and an X-Cetra slap bracelet, as well as 3 previously unreleased songs from their sessions with O'Brien. The music was back, reissued, and X-Cetra lived again. In May of 2025, the band, who now had public fans like Maddie Healy and Charlie XCX, got back together in Los Angeles, hosting a slumber party-themed album release party with guests like Patty Harrison and Alison Brie in their best Y2K attire. For the 4 girls, now women, X-Cetra and Stardust isn't really about being a band or their next moves or gaining traction for a new project. It's really about looking back at their friendship and having fun. Says O'Brien of X-Cetra's legacy, quote, "X-Cetra is a portrait of girlhood, kidhood, of a specific time and place, utterly genuine and intimate. There was a time we recognized our autonomy, our place as individuals within a social construct. We could touch each other, hug, communicate, and sing together in real time." On that lovely sentiment, let's play this episode out with a short clip from my favorite track on Stardust called Wonderland.
Queen of Hearts is after me. I'm wandering.
If you're a smoker or vapor ready to make a change, you really only need one good reason. But with Zyn nicotine pouches, you'll discover many good reasons. Zyn is America's #1 nicotine pouch brand. Plus, Zyn offers a robust rewards program. There are lots of options when it comes to nicotine satisfaction, but there's only one Zyn. Check out zyn.com/find to find Zyn at a store near you. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Did you know we have completely ad-free early access to all of our episodes? Well, we do. Not only that, but we have dozens of bonus episodes waiting for you. Head on over to patreon.com/ghosttownpod, and you can check it out for 7 days absolutely free. That's patreon.com/ghosttownpod.